All right, so this lady named Sana Saray, her post came up on my YouTube. It doesn't have a link, so you can just look at the name and go look at it for yourself. But basically, I guess some men have been getting to her about being a single mom, and so now she's just ranting and raving about what men are saying negatively about single mothers. In this post, she's labeled "Why Alpha Males Date Single Mothers." Now, generally, what she's doing here, she's using the "what real men" argument, except it's labeled alpha males now. And I just want to go on the record and say that when y'all are saying a benefit to something, or y'all giving the reasons in comparison to something, the alternate that can have the same benefit, because then otherwise you still have the same. It ends up still being baggage. So if a woman without children has any of these reasons, it breaks even, and then it still comes down to, well, she doesn't have children. See, now we're gonna number one, we have great time management skills. How? How is that even? Who? Wait, so you're not late for dinner or something? I don't understand why that's even a reason to care about, honestly. Two, we are very selective about the kind of men we choose to date. Well, then why are you a single mother then? And no, I'm not talking about women who are widowed or nothing like that. I'm talking about women who are single mothers because they have poor choices in the men. How are you a single mother if that's true? We are very responsible with what? Not your choice in men, not your reproductive history. So you're responsible in what regards? That's beneficial to me as a man. We are dedicated to our children. We'll also be dedicated to you. Okay, whatever. How can you be dedicated to me and your child? Chances are if you are supporting your child before me, you have a job as well. So how can you be dedicated at work with your kids and me? That's a lie. We are experienced in what? Life. How does that help me because you experience because you have children that aren't mine? How does that help me? We are drama free. No, you're not. No, you're not. Most single mothers are filled with drama. Most. Not all. Most. You're either battling the father over custody, child support, or you're stressed out because you're not drama free. That's a lie. You're selfless. I doubt it. You can't. Whatever. We know how to budget. You have no choice. The hell, you have no choice. And that's only for the ones who actually are kind of making sense in life at that point. Because a lot of single mothers are still getting whatever check they're getting and blowing it on whatever they can. I know, I've seen it. We know we are self-sufficient and responsible. Resourceful. Sorry. Resourceful. Where? What does that mean? You're resourceful for what? For money? For daycare? For what are you resourceful for? You're not being specific at all. You're just simply saying stuff, and it sounds like you're just labeling off shit that sounds like it could be attractive. And it's all this stuff is just sound like it's pulled out of your ass. We won't rush you into a relationship or pressure you. That's probably why you're a single mom, honestly. And I'm not even joking. That's serious. That's real life. You're probably a single mom because you don't require any type of standards from it. That's why a lot of women who are single mothers are single mothers. Because it's like, oh, we can do, whatever, be friends with benefits, or we can do whatever. And then boom, you're pregnant, right? And then next guy, boom, you're pregnant, right? Because you didn't pressure them into anything, right? We aren't easy or promiscuous. Well, I skipped 11. But we're going to continue to skip it. We aren't easy or promiscuous. Are you sure? Are you sure? What does it take to make you a single mother? A lot of time and energy? Maybe, maybe not. I doubt it. Let's go to the top and start with her ranting here. To all you beta males disguising yourself as alphas, I took time to post some positive, truthful stuff about myself and the single mothers I met. Suddenly, 24 hours later, I the immaturity of infamous man-child started. These boys prove me right every time. Okay. It's not illogical to waste It's not logical to waste time bitching about women you choose not to date or purposely start arguments with us. Screaming about how you don't date single mothers. Shut the fuck up. Good single mothers get asked out all the time by alpha males. So now we're going to just label it good. What's a bad single mother? What's a bad one? The messy ones? The ones that ain't got their stuff together? Because, and if they're online and they're screaming about not dating single mothers, they're usually giving you reasons. All right. And they're not just randomly bitching about single mothers. Now, there are trolls. There are trolls, admittedly. But it's not just men going, I'm going to make up reasons and to piss people off. And no, we're not talking about trolls here. We're talking about people who give real life reasons why they don't date who they don't want to date. I know I do. If you were an alpha male, you'd know that and be cool with it just like they are. So in order for me to be any, alpha, I have to date single moms. Because that's what that implies. Those two sentences imply that. Alpha males have wives and girlfriends who were good single mothers. This shaming tactic is old now. It's not getting old, it's old. To simply say that, a guy has to be alpha and he has to do these types of things to be labeled a good is old. Really need to, when you don't have a real argument, this is typically what you do. You reach and you redefine and you make up shit to support your illogical position. Here's the secret other beta males aren't telling you. Beta males are the only ones bitching about not dating single mothers. Alpha males date good single mothers. If you are bitching about dating a good single mother, you are a beta male. A male saying all single mothers are bad is like females saying all men are dogs. That last one is true. That last one is very true. But before that, where the betas complaining alpha male is really just restating what you've been saying the whole time before this. But so to address it, there are no alpha males that have dating preferences. There are no alpha males saying, nah, I rather just, have a woman who doesn't have children. There's no alpha male that says that. Again, you're reaching solely to support your point. And what makes him an alpha besides dating single mothers? It's solely that is a requirement to be an alpha, to be open to dating single mothers, right? Just because a man steps up and is a stepfather doesn't make him a beta. That's not what people are saying. When a guy relates being a stepdad to being a beta male, we're talking about men who, without any value to him, returning value to himself, to where he's just like, oh, I'll date a single mother even if it's a raw deal for me, just to have somebody, blah blah blah. When it's obvious that he doesn't get anything out of that, that's when we relate that to a cuck or a simp. There's a difference. We're not saying that is an instant downfall to a man. We're not saying that. What is beta is you boys making fun of alpha males who know how to provide for not only his own family, but a family another one of you beta males abandoned. Now let's think about that sentence. A beta male abandoned his family, which would make, I'm assuming she would say makes a woman a single mother. Now, this implies that you, the woman, had sex with this beta male and made these children or a child. All of a sudden, he's a beta male and he's something to look down upon. But the alpha male is going to come in and save you somehow. But word is on YouTube, this very chick has 2 baby daddies. So she couldn't tell they were betas both times. And she holds no responsibility in that, because if she does, it shows accountability. Then yeah, you do realize why men can say you have a problem. You may have a problem because you're a single mom, because it shows that you make poor decisions. But we're just going to call them betas and keep moving and not hold you accountable for your decision to have a child with that beta. All right. That's the heavy load. Most of you disrespect that. Wow. That's a heavy load. Most of you betas can't bench press. Shaming tactic. What's beta is how disrespectful you boys are calling women hoes and bitches, considering us less deserving of acceptance. Now, yes, I know I've seen channels out there that solely jump on women and single moms, etc., just for the views. I don't watch those channels. I think those channels are trash. But this deserving thing, the word deserves, when people use it, really bothers me. And because you don't deserve something for the simple sole fact to deserve it. You don't deserve a man or a woman simply because you're a man or a woman. It doesn't work like that. So to say you're less deserving, I won't say that. But are you less desirable? Yes. I'm sorry that that's a horrible thing to say about single moms, but yes, you're less desiring. When I don't mean to every single man, obviously, but I mean in a whole, in general, less men will find you desirable because, yeah, you have children and he might not want to be in somebody else's child life, period. That's not saying anything negative about him or you, because like I said, you can be a widow. It happens. Where was I? Boys think that masculinity, a false sense of manhood where you drink and smoke too much, act like a belligerent street nigga, beating your chest like an ape, making fun of women makes them alpha. No, we don't. No, we don't. It makes you a jackass, okay? We don't say making fun of women makes you alpha. Nobody says that. Stop reaching. Stop making things. You lose a lot of credibility when you just make shit up on the fly. You can't handle a woman with kids. That's your preference. That's fine. Why did it have to start? Why did that sentence start like that? You can't handle a woman with kids. Why can't it just say a woman with a woman with kids is not your preference? Why couldn't that? It couldn't be that. You had to throw the shaming, can't handle in front of that, right? It's a majority responsibility. It's a major responsibility. You're too weak to do the work. I get it. Shaming again. But not every single mother on this planet is just some bad person who doesn't deserve respect and marriage simply because a previous relationship didn't work out. Look, if you're a single mother and you can find somebody to marry you, then good for you. That's whatever it is. If you can't get it, then don't say you deserve it. You don't deserve somebody to marry you just on the fact that you're a woman. Just like a man doesn't deserve a woman just on the fact that he has a job or that he's nice. You know what I mean? It works both ways. No alpha male is going to waste energy negatively speaking about women he doesn't want to date, nor is he creating some fake ass brotherhood of fuck niggas who live to disrespect single mothers. But I don't think they live to disrespect single mothers. And what you and a lot of people don't understand is the internet is a vlogging atmosphere. People come here with their opinions about everything. It's a form of a hobby. And if your hobby is to give your opinion on something, just single mothers could be one of those things you give your opinion about. It just could. Deal with it. Just like you give your opinions on beta males, it works the other way. The men who claim they hate single mothers so much are the first ones to fuck and wife us. Now, if they're the first one to fuck, how could that be possible if there's such a shame? So is this you admittedly saying you fuck beta men? I don't understand that point. And then wifers. Well, if they're willing to wife you, why wouldn't? How the hell can you? Why are there so many single mothers if they're the ones to wife you, but yet they're the same ones to abandon you? When you reach, when you create shit on the fly, this happens. You 2 paragraphs ago, you claimed that didn't happen, right? They abandon their families, right? That's what beta men do, right? I'm not supposed to believe the positive traits about myself simply because you mad. No, your anger is causing you to form some really bad sentences here. You can believe anything you want about yourself, right? But you still have to live in reality. I'm assuming you're saying that when men say you're undesirable or less desirable, I'm assuming that's what you're addressing here. And again, if you can get a guy to marry you when you're a single mom, kudos to you. Believe what you want. Just because you have a negative perspective of single mothers doesn't mean I'm supposed to look at myself in a negative way or that every man is supposed to. Whatever, every man can look at you how they want. You can look at you how you want. But it doesn't take the fact away that you're a single mother, and that may show that you have poor decision making. That may imply that you come with a lot more stress than a woman who's not. That's you should really take accountability in that, because it actually give you a better idea of where you stand. Just like men have to understand that they are desirable in whatever way they are. If they realize what they are, like if they realize they're a beta male and their only real way to get women is to come with like some sort of commitment or something like that, it gives you an understanding of where you are as far in terms of who to date and who to be in a relationship with. It gives you a real sense of reality. Just saying. You don't want to be there for a single mother that can then simply stay away from us. That's what they're saying. They're saying that they're staying away. But bitching every day about us, meanwhile trying to convince other men not to date us, is very beta male of you. How? If they're giving out reasons and facts why you should not date single, listen, again, and this is not to bash you, but if you have 2 baby daddies, right? And no marriage, wouldn't that tell you when you see that with a lot of other single mothers as well, that chances are if you get with one, you're going to end up in the same situations as those other men, where you have this just child with a woman and you don't desire to be with her long term. You don't desire to marry her. You don't think that's something that you should put out there. You don't think that's advice that you should give someone. That's absolutely advice that you should tell somebody, that you should share. And any immature man child who falls for it is beta as well. So if a dude shows me the stats and I see those stats and I go, well, oh shit, well, I'm not dating single mothers because just on sheer numbers, I'm going to be on child support, or I'm going to be in an unhappy relationship, or I'm going to be on the hook for this and that. That makes me a beta male because I'm listening to stats, to the truth. All right. It's so many alpha males out here who are in relationships or marriages with women who were single mothers when they met them, and these alphas are very happy in their situation. Choose a single mother wisely. Okay, let me restate your sentence. It's so many alpha males out here who are in relationships or marriages with women who weren't single mothers when they met, and these alphas are very happy in their situations. Choose a single woman wisely. You see how that works? You see how there's no real benefit to dating single mothers, that you can still find the same thing in a woman who doesn't? If you meet a single mother who is all of the negatives you hear about us, She isn't that way because she's a single mom. She's that way. She's that way because a bad person with a bad character all across the board. Her kids didn't make her that way, nor is having kids an indication that that woman is a bad person. All of this is wrong. All of it. All right? Her kids can make her a bad person. Why? Because that shows, again, that she doesn't care who she has them by. It shows that she doesn't care about her situation. She probably doesn't care about herself, which would make her a bad person to be with. Do y'all understand this logic now? If a woman and men too, but we're talking about single moms. But if a woman is out here being selfless, and actually that's one of your points, isn't it? You're selfless. That might be your problem, that you're selfless. You don't give a fuck about yourself. Alpha males don't care about getting acceptance and praise from other men. Yeah, they don't care about getting acceptance and praise from women either. They don't let women's approval tell them what to do. So your post will be null and void to alpha male, right? Alpha males care about building family and wealth. All of them. None of them give a fuck about just smashing, right? So if I dig up a handful of alphas who say, nah, I'm not trying to build a family. I'm just out here doing my own thing. This is the same argument that there are no alphas in MGTOW. It's an incredible reach and it's a disregard to reality. They know they need women. No. Alpha males actually tell you that they don't need women, that women are just a compliment to them. Alphas promote unity with females. No, they don't. No, they don't. They promote themselves. They promote they promote being the best version of themselves. And then women would come with that. They don't promote unity with women at all. Alphas support women. In what? I'm pretty sure then this is why you need to be specific. Because I'm pretty sure if you took 100 alphas and said, oh, there are women who are fake, who are like telling men lies about this and that and getting pregnant and going to the courts to get the child support or this and that, I guarantee you 80% would be like, nah, I don't support that. So support women in what? You didn't be specific. So it gives me the ability to come up with some shit that you probably weren't talking about. Your fault. Being pressed to have or only hurting friendship with men and or mobbing together to chastise or harass women they don't want to date is a beta male trait. No, that's a terrorist trait. That's a troll trait. That's people who have too much time trait. Alpha males have affected my life positively. Examples, please. I myself as a female don't have to define true manhood when more than enough alpha males have schooled me on what it is. But you just spent the whole post saying that. Your whole post is defining on what true and not true manhood is in regards to single mothers. What are you talking about? All right, I'm out.